that would work. And so if you wanted to graft, I'm just looking at the bark around here. You know, you could graft here.
Oh, okay.
I think this one has got a lot of damage, but apple trees are, you know, they're pretty resilient.
Can you point there again? I'm gonna get you there.
So this one right here is pretty sound, you know, right about there. But this whole branch has a lot of damage, right? And so,
Tanya, I need you to point there right so I can. Thank you.
okay, you got it.
Yep.
Okay, this whole branch still has a lot of damage though,
Right.
so it's not the healthiest to graft to. You may want to come all the way down here.
Oh, now that's an I love that idea.
You know, go behind the damage.
That's a good idea.
Where's the sun travel?
The sun travels across here.
Okay, so that should be fine. So this is not going to be shaded out by anything once that guy's gone.
Yeah.
So I think that's even a better idea.
I like that too.
To do that. Okay. And then when it comes time to, I mean, these are all you've got multiple varieties on here.
Yeah, that one has multiple varieties.
Okay. Do you know what each of the limbs are?
Yes,
Yeah.
They're labeled.
Okay. Each of the limbs are labeled. Is there any multiples of one variety?
Yeah, there's
Yeah, so the first 5 starting towards the house, then clockwise is, so we've got 5 Liberties,
Oh, there's 5 Liberties.
5 Liberties, and then 2 Fujis, and then 1 Chehalis.
Okay. Do you like Chehalis apple?
not really sure yet.
Okay. So I would say get rid of some of the Liberties.
There's five. Did you say 5?
Yeah, 5 Liberties.
There's 5 Liberties, yeah. I would. And I was telling Donna that the intent behind that type of grafting is to do multiple varieties, but only choose one of them to keep.
Uh-huh.
So putting, you know, multiple, and I don't mean multiple varieties, multiple sticks. That's what I mean. And then you choose the strongest one to keep, because eventually all of those are going to want to grow together, and that's not going to be very healthy for the tree. So I would get rid of a couple of the Liberties at least, the ones that are the most crowded in there, right? And keep the rest of them. That's fine. You guys get to do whatever you want to the tree, right? And so how you're going to, you know, go about pruning it, you know, stuff like this. One of the reasons that these branches are weighted down so far is because of the weight of the fruit and because they've been shaded out and they're just too crowded.
Probably the biggest reason though is that I've been putting weights on them.
Oh yeah, that could be it too. And so how you want to do these is, you know, you always just cut back to spurs. Cut back to a fruit spur.
Okay.
Right? Just to shorten that, because the weight of the fruit, the longer these guys get, the more pressure and stress you're putting on the attachment, that graft attachment.
Okay.
And that has a couple of bad things can happen. First, it could break at that graft attachment. Or it could, you know, something like this, it could just snap, you know, in the middle somewhere, just because the weight of these branches. The fruit trees, their ideal branch angle is between 40 and 65 degrees. And it's always up. So hanging down is not typically the best position for most fruit to be in.
You know what? I can see now that we, rather than grafting from up there, we could have taken it down. I don't know why we didn't do that. We didn't.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we wanted
And that's okay.
two to go off. I don't know.
So what I would probably suggest as far as how to go about this, I would honestly do these 2 cuts this year. Don't touch the rest of the tree.
Okay.
That's just going to be too much. And then make a nice, don't do a final cut this summer. Wait until right before you graft to do that final
When's
graft.
the best time to graft?
So the best time to graft is going to be anywhere from February, March, April. And so you just have to make sure that your whatever scion wood you gather, if you're coming to the show, will have it. It'll be dormant.
It'll be March, right?
That'll be March. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Right. And then when you go about doing the grafting, because what I imagine is going to happen is this, taking that much of the canopy off is still going to push a whole lot of stuff to come out. Water shoots. You know those water shoots, that vegetative growth. As soon as you see it, just rub it off.
Okay.
That response growth.
Okay. All right. So there's several trees I want you to look at.
Okay.
So, is there anything else we need to ask about this? I think it's pretty clear. We do 2 cuts this year.
Yeah, do 2 cuts this year, and then next year just start working on cleaning out, clearing out some of the multiples of the same variety.
Tanya, after we visited you, I did come back here and cut away some of the apples.
Good, good,
But,
good.
but quite a few. But obviously there's still some that are touching.
Oh yeah, yeah, and we never get them all, and that's fine.
Yep.
That's where codling moth. You'll usually find codling moth holes in between there because they've got one really nice juicy apple, and they can go right next door.
Okay, so let's go around